not really comfortable with how we're sitting, but it's the best we can do, I think.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our little program here. Okay, so you turned 40. You said goodbye to your dirty 30s. Lennox has been calling you a crazy old lady for a few years now. Now that title slash label is official, I believe you get a crown, you get a sash that you wear around that says crazy old lady, and you get 10% off at Denny's when you go in for the early bird special, eating dinner at 4 p.m. What did I get you? I got you a tea kettle. Now, so if you're just joining us, tea is one of our things. We don't do it every night, and during winter, it's a must. But summer in Sacramento, when it's 115 degrees out, you can't. I can't get any further from tea. I do not want hot tea. But it's cool. It's crisp outside right now. So many nights when we watch whatever we watch, you make us tea, and you've been making us tea in a kettle.
I made you tea the first time we hung out in person and you came
That's
to my
right.
house.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I've been wooing you with tea for years.
I know. I was like, oh, I wanted beer, but I'll take tea. I've become a tea advocate,
Yeah.
a tea enthusiast because of you. And we try various flavors and companies and different brands. Some are out of the park, home runs, some not so much. Uh, but we've settled we're currently drinking Celestial, right?
Yeah. They have a fruit variety pack that we
Ah,
like.
yeah,
Grocery outlet where we love to shop.
yeah,
They always have different random stuff,
yeah,
different teas, so
yeah. Some
we
good,
try whatever they have.
some not so good. So you've had this tea kettle. Well, it's an electronic kettle for several years. What does your old tea kettle mean to you in your life, my love?
I love my old tea kettle. It was the first electric kettle I ever owned. My friend bought it for me
Mm.
many, many years ago. Gosh, I probably had that like 14 years or something.
Do you remember why, or did you
Um,
ask her? Were you in dire need of a kettle?
I was because she came to visit, and I think that I made us tea by microwaving it,
Uh,
which
what?
is like a stereotypical terrible thing that Americans do.
How dare you?
Um,
Yeah.
and
And she married a
sh
British dude,
yeah,
right?
she married a British guy, so she knows the proper way to make tea.
Yes.
So she, as a gift, she bought me a tea kettle so I could make tea the proper way.
Yeah. And it's been fine. It's basic. It's old, but it's perfectly acceptable.
It still works well.
Yeah, yeah. But my toxic trait is if you send me an ad that says 38 things that your home could use to feel high-key, I click it and then I add 16 of those 38 to my cart, and then I show my wife and you look at it and say, "We don't need all this crap." But one thing I saw was a Drew Barrymore tea kettle. She has her own line. It's called Beautiful, uh, much like the Pioneer Woman has a line at Walmart. This is all Walmart.com, and Rachel Ray has a line at Walmart of stuff. For whatever reason, Drew Barrymore has a line of home products, and it's violet, and I thought it was beautiful. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous. So before giving you your present on your birthday, I said two things. One, the shipping box is damaged. That's not my fault. That's Walmart's. And two, you need to let go of the past, honey. And that sent you in a tizzy. You wanted you wanted spoilers, and I said no, 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 no hints. Um, but we've used it a few times now. It's fancy. The because your old tea kettle was just very. You plug it, you fill it with water, you plug it in, and you let it sing. You hit a little switch.
Yep, flip a switch and it does its thing.
Yeah, this one has like digits and buttons, and it's very high tech. It's very advanced. Costs $40.
It's unnecessarily
Yeah,
fancy.
yeah. Well, that's the same could be said for Drew Barrymore, honey. But we use it a few times now. It's a good time.
Yeah, now that I've used it and figured it out, I'm not quite so intimidated by it.
Yeah,
You really just push a button.
right, right. There's too many options for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just push a button and it's aesthetically it's lavender slash violet, but it's beautiful. I feel like Drew Barrymore's having tea with us, honey. Say, hey, Drew,
Mm.
uh, can you tell me about when you were 14 years old at Studio 54 doing lines of cocaine with Elton John? Um, Now, to be perfectly blunt, honey, to be perfectly honest, this was in my cart, in my Walmart cart for a few weeks, and it's not in the like current cart, it's in the save for later area. You can be honest, honey. Did you ever see it in the save for later area? You're on my laptop, you're on my phone, and that we share everything. I have no problem with that.
I didn't. I
Oh,
didn't notice at all. It was a complete surprise.
okay. I want to believe you.
I
I really do.
wouldn't lie to the pod.
Okay. But yeah, we did that, and then you took your birthday off of work, which is the first time you've done that, right?
Yeah, I always work on my birthday.
Yeah,
And uh, this is the first year I took it off. It was a Wednesday.
yeah.
Took the day off. I'm going to start doing this in the future. I'm going to be have
Ah,
a treat yourself kind of day.
yeah,
It was great. And I don't know why I've made myself endure working all day prior to this.
yeah. Where you just work all day, and you're like, I should have taken a day off. Why am I
Yeah.
here? It's my birthday. Go show it. So you went to Asha Urban Baths. I bought you a gift card, $100 during Christmas, and you took this day. You went by yourself. You did the research. You talked to the manager named Peach, right?
Yeah. I asked some questions on Yelp,
Yeah,
and Peach, the manager, replied to my questions. Got
yeah.
some information there.
You did your research. You knew what you were getting into going in. Uh, Bathing suit and no phones allowed. All these sorts of requirements and rules. But please take us through Asha Urban Baths, honey. It's located in Midtown Sacramento, and it's a
Yeah.
it's a wellness kind of deal, right? A spa.
Yeah, it's like a spa, bathhouse.
Yeah.
They have some options for massages. There's a salt lounge.
Mm,
There's just the general open area for the bathhouse itself.
yeah.
So what I chose was the salt lounge, which I did first. I
Mm,
had to make a reservation for that because there's only 6 spots in the room,
ah.
and each session is 45 minutes.
Uh,
So I arrive and I'm wearing my bathing suit with some cozy clothes over it
gotcha.
because in the salt lounge you keep your clothes on.
Mm,
Well, no one's nude anywhere for the
ah.
record, but in the main area where the spas and everything else is, it's bathing suit attire.
Gotcha.
Um, so the woman leads me back to the room. I take off my shoes and she says, "Please pick whichever seat is speaking to you."
Mm,
So immediately I'm loving this vibe. Um, the salt lounge was a pretty small room.
yeah.
The walls were made of glowing orange Himalayan salt bricks.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I wish my bedroom was Himalayan salt bricks.
Yeah.
There was a Buddha statue. There was
Um.
some gentle music playing over a speaker.
Oh, what kind of music was it? John Cicada? Was it Pantera? I would have gone with Enigma. Sa, Donwa, Donwa, bing, 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 bing. Enya? No? Hmm?
Uh, it was like massage kind of music. Like if you
Ah,
ever go to a massage lounge,
yeah,
I don't know what that music's called.
yeah.
Um, so you sit in this giant beanbag and they give you a weighted blanket and every seat has earplugs and an eye mask.
Mm,
And then the woman says a couple of instructions. There's some salt that's going to be blown into the air through this fan,
okay,
and she'll be back in 45 minutes. There's water in the corner if you need it.
yeah,
But there were 4 people in my group,
gotcha.
2 empty seats,
Yeah.
and no one moved the entire session.
Do you talk?
No.
You just sit there with your blindfold on or whatever?
Yeah, no one talked.
Mm,
Yeah, you're just it's supposed to be very like quiet,
Yeah.
relaxing.
Yeah.
I wish, as it started, I wish I knew how to meditate. I was thinking this would be a
Ah.
great place to meditate, but I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah.
The eye mask they gave you is heated, like
Mm.
it heats up.
Mm.
So it was on for a few minutes, it started getting really hot and my eyelids started sweating.
Ah.
I was a little concerned, but it was actually really nice.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I got a little bit like antsy in the salt lounge.
Yeah.
I took off my mask a couple of times and I looked around and everyone else was like just laying still.
Mm.
I felt like I didn't know how to like relax in that
Mm.
environment, but
It it is an odd situation to be in, to just completely like let everything go.
yeah. And like in theory, like, oh, that sounds so nice. I want to do that. But when I was there, I felt like I couldn't sit still. I wanted to get up.
Uh,
It was too quiet.
yeah.
I didn't know what to do with myself.
I think next time you'll have you'll have more of your head wrapped around the situation there. I see here in my notes that the gentleman in the room began snoring.
Yes, there was one
Who's
guy.
he? My former coworker, Ethan. Hmm.
It was he did start snoring. It was very quiet, like gentle snoring.
Ah,
And it didn't last for too long. He quit after a few minutes.
good. Would you classify my snoring as gentle, honey? Lilting,
No,
dainty, if you will. Okay.
your snoring vibrates the whole house.
I'm a real man. Lennox often complains about it or says he can hear it.
Yeah, he can hear you up in his loft.
Yeah. So 45 minutes in there.
Yeah, and then it ended, and um, so I went back to the main area. After my 45-minute salt lounge, I had 2 hours of just free time.
Right. Your entire thing was 2:45, right? 2 hours
Yeah,
45 minutes. Yeah.
and uh, there's not a lot to this place. There's
Yeah.
a steam room, a sauna, a
Or as Marshall Phillips would pronounce it, a sauna, and it is a small uh, uh space of a small parcel of land
right.
location.
So there's steam room, sauna,
Sauna.
ice bath,
Yeah.
and a warm pool.
Yeah.
Um, so the recommendation is there's like some instructions on the wall for newbies.
Mm.
So it said go in the sauna, rinse off under the shower. They have all these like outdoor showers
Yeah.
throughout. Go for a dunk in the ice pool and then sit in the warm pool tub thing and then repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
So I went in the steam room. Have you ever been in a steam room?
No.
You can't see. The
Ah.
steam is so thick. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell who else was sitting in there.
Hmm.
It was that was my favorite part, I think, of the whole experience.
Ah.
You sit on you just sit there.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's
Ah.
hot and steamy. You start sweating. You open your mouth and like a giant ball of steam. It feels like you can feel it. It's so thick.
Mm.
And it smelled like lavender.
Mm.
And I just sat in there until I just listened to my body. Like when
Yeah.
did it feel right for me to move on? Because I
Ah.
have no idea what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So when I felt like it was time, I left. I rinsed off, and then I went to the ice, freezing ice cold pool plunge thing. It was very
Ooh.
small.
Yeah.
And oop.
So I went into the ice water,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to, I wanted to have the full experience of this place.
Mhm.
So I said, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to dunk my head under. So I did it.
Yeah.
It was so painful, so
Yeah.
uncomfortable. That first time I stayed in for 20 seconds,
Yeah.
and then I got out.
Yeah.
And I immediately went into the warm pool,
Yeah.
it's not that warm
Yeah.
because I think the shock of going from the ice pool to the warm pool,
Oh, yeah.
it can't be too drastic.
Right. 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 Right.
So but it feels so nice going from the cold to the warm.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of sat there for a while. And then I did the cycle over. I did that whole cycle like about 5 times.
Mm.
I would go back and forth between the steam room and the sauna.
The cold one is smaller, right, than
It's
the
very small.
room
Yeah.
temperature water.
It's like a tiny square. It's probably like 4 feet by 4 feet.
And they only let 3 people in at one time?
Maximum of 3 people. But when
Maximum
there's 3 people in there, you're very
Ah.
tightly packed in there.
And so you started at 20 seconds, and then the last time you did it,
Oh, yeah. So each time I went, I tried to build up my time more and more.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then the last couple of times, I was staying a little over a minute, like 70, 75 seconds.
nice.
Yeah.
Is there a clock? Are you counting in your head?
I was counting in my head, but I
Uh,
noticed there's little stopwatches in a bowl next to it,
uh,
so you could time yourself.
I want to go into the ice bath, cannonball style,
It's
jump,
miserable.
dive, cannonball.
I don't understand the benefits of it. Like
Uh,
I've heard them,
yeah.
but I personally didn't feel any of that.
Maybe it's like a placebo or psychological, or maybe the whole thing's a grift.
Maybe it's on some subconscious level.
Yeah. Well, uh, when you were done and everything, did you feel like you could take on the world? Did you feel
Uh,
rejuvenated, refreshed, relaxed?
yeah, I, yeah, but not as much as I was expecting
Mm,
myself to. It
yeah,
was a really unique experience. It was like felt like something that you see in movies,
yeah.
but it wasn't something I'm used to doing.
Uh,
I definitely want to go again, though.
yeah.
It,
I want to go with you.
I still have money on my gift card you got me, so I
Yeah.
can go again.
Yeah. So for almost 3 hours, it was your total was $65.
Yeah, if you go to just do the main bathhouse area,
Yeah.
it's only $35.
Yeah.
What I paid that day was 65 because I added on the salt lounge.
Yeah.
So it's a very affordable
Yeah.
for the time you get and the
It
amenities.
seems like they could be charging two or three times that.
I
And
think definitely they could be
I,
charging double.
I say that knowing absolutely nothing. Okay, so and then we needed a cake, we needed sweets to celebrate you. So we did a thing where Luna's birthday is January.
M- Me and Luna and Lennox, all three of our birthdays are within 14 days of each
Right.
other.
Yeah. So we celebrated all three of you on the weekend. So we needed a cake. So we go to Rayleigh's and we're in the bakery section. There's a bunch of cakes and an employee lady walks up to us. Oh, you need help? Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, there's no prices on the cakes. Okay, whatever. We're like, what's up with these cakes? How much are these cakes? And she's like, oh, they're $34. And I was like, what? Like they're just cakes, dude.
They are nice cakes, to
I
be
mean,
fair.
sure. And then she said, oh, but this one is 32. And I was like, what? Like your parents paid $25 for an apple pie from Nugget a few months ago. Like, what's up with the is this big bakery taking control of our lives? Um, but I thought $34 for just a cake, a fine cake, sure, is outrageous. So we went to Walmart. Cakes were half the price, 14, 15, $16, and they were just as nice. And don't sleep on the Walmart wedding cake. That's where uh, our wedding cake. Don't sleep on the Walmart
The Walmart bakery.
bakery.
Yes.
Uh, we got our wedding cake there, and that thing was so freaking heavy. I remember grabbing it. I was with Lennox. It was the day of our wedding, and I remember picking it up and going, "Holy Toledo! This is easily 30-ish pounds, I would say." And I'm really strong. I lift. I know what things weigh. And I remember handing it to Lennox because he needed to hold on to it for a sec. I was like, "Oh man, I hope he doesn't drop it or tip over." But so we almost got a cake there for half the price of Rayleigh's. But oh, I also got my ring from Walmart, my wedding ring, which was $32, and with my 10% discount because I was working there. While you married a man working at Walmart, honey. But I was going places. It was cost $29. But in the end, we went to Walmart Saturday morning. Looked at all the cakes. Were none of the cakes speaking to you, honey? Or you just didn't want to go all in because your parents are sugar free and get something that
Well,
only one person could eat?
yeah, the more I thought about it, a cake wasn't a good choice. My parents don't like eating sugar, they're sugar free.
Yeah,
Lennox doesn't like cake.
yeah,
I thought you were probably going to be not eating it that day because you're on track.
right,
So, like me and Luna, and it just didn't seem like a good option. So,
yeah.
I decided to cater to everyone's desires, and
Yes, it's like our every night a weeknight dinner
I
where
got an
you make four different dinners, honey.
I got an assortment of desserts. I got
Yeah,
two sugar-free mini apple
yeah.
pies. I got one mini chocolate pie.
Yeah, those are 84 cents each. You got a thing of frosted sugar cookies.
Yes, which I knew that Lennox would love.
Yeah,
I got Luna this little mini cheesecake.
mousse thingy.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
she
she
loves.
really
She's had it
likes.
before. I also
Yeah,
got a pack of sugar-free Klondike bars.
yeah,
So we had a lot of variety and stuff that I knew everybody would like.
yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah,
Instead of only a couple of us eating cake or all of us eating cake and not liking it, it was it was good. I think those mini pies are the way to
I
go.
love those pies. We got them for our Thanksgiving last year too.
Yeah,
They have so many different flavors,
yeah,
and it's so much fun. You get a little taste of everything if you want.
yeah. It's portion control. Even Luna's cheesecake thingy, um, it was $2, something like that, but it's perfect for her.
It's a single serving, yeah.
Yeah, and you're not going all in with a giant cheesecake that maybe two or three pieces will get eaten.
Once again, the Walmart bakery.
Ah,
Like,
yes, for sure.
give it some credit.
The sugar-free Klondike bars, I didn't like.
I
Uh,
liked them.
uh, the ice cream, the vanilla ice cream was like cotton,
I'm about to go eat one right now.
flavorless cotton. I did like the chocolate, the crispy chocolate outer coating was a good time. And then another thing is that so we're buying we're buying those little apple pies or whatever and stuff in the bakery, and instead of getting a bag at the checkout for 10 cents, you grabbed a produce bag, like the kind that they're on the little spindle and you rip one to put
Yeah.
your bell peppers in. You grabbed a produce bag and used it as our grocery bag, as our shopping bag.
Well, I needed a bag right away,
Yeah.
and there it was.
Why don't more people do that? I feel like that could be a huge thing. I mean, the whole 10 cent per bag is a freaking ripoff. And the produce bags aren't as sturdy and they're a little smaller.
Yeah, but if you've just got a few things, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call the popo on you, and Big Bag is gonna bring you down for trying to get around the 10 cent fee. Every weekend we do our grocery outlet, bargain market, Walmart, and we always have on the low end 6 bags, on the high end 10, 12 plastic bags, and we throw it away. Okay, we recycle them, but that's a buck, a buck plus of
Yeah, well,
just just trash. Like,
why aren't we doing the reusable bag thing?
I don't know. Why aren't we, honey? Then we went to Drake's with your parents. Um, Drake's is it's a destination. It's a restaurant. It's a brewery. It's a vibe, as they say. So we walk up and they're playing music, a little loud, but whatever. First, it's some Britney with to a genuine pony beat. It was like a
It's a mashup.
yeah, it was a mashup. It was like okay, this is bumping. Um, but then they started playing WAP, and me, you, Luna, and Lennox know what WAP is. Your parents not so familiar. I thought that was a bit much.
Yeah, especially at noon on a Sunday. There's a
Yeah,
bunch of families there with
yeah,
children.
yeah. There's dogs, there's cats. Like WAP, really? And it wasn't. It was the radio version. It was the clean version, but it was a bit much. They told us we could sit anywhere. So this place, they just have the QR code on as a sticker on the table. Scan it, hop on the website toasttab.com, and you put your order, and it knows immediately based on the QR code which table you're on, which table you're at. We all put our orders in. It's a little bit of a wait, but it was a good time. I gotta stop saying that. So you got something called the Okie Dokie Artichoke, honey, for $9. First of all, best name ever. It was a dip. It's described as warm, spicy, velvety blend of cheeses, spinach, and artichoke hearts, served with hot crostinis. What'd you think of that, honey?
It was delicious.
It was good,
The
rich.
and the crostini I thought would be hard,
Hmm.
but it was so soft. It was just very. It was
Yeah,
like little tiny pieces of bread. They were super soft and delicious.
yeah. Yeah, it's yummy. And then you got lemon hummus also for $9, topped with sun-dried tomato pesto, cilantro, and toasted pepitas, served with flatbread. What'd you think of your lemon hummus, honey?
It was not lemony at all.
Yeah.
There was no lemon flavor, but so it was just like plain hummus, which was good.
Yeah, but for $9 when you can get a jar of Sabra for $3 to $4.
Yeah.
Uh, I thought the flatbread was a good time.
Yes.
Good time. It's gonna be my signature. It was warm and crunchy, and the hummus was fine, but it didn't need to be out here with no $9 and then claiming to be lemon. I got a fallen apple salad described as mixed greens, honey crisp apples, candied pecans, pomegranate seeds, cranberries, apple vinaigrette dressing. The dressing was good. Pomegranate seeds, nice touch. I love the little burst of fat flavor, sour flavor. The pomegranate seeds. Honey crisp apples were perfect, delightful. I did add $2 for the for chicken for protein. The salad was $13, and I upgraded $2 for chicken. But the amount of chicken was scant. Like there were a couple cubes of chicken in there, of diced chicken, but I was like, dude, like, charge me $6, charge me $8, and give me the whole breast of chicken. Um, but other than that, apple salad was good. And then your dad got fire roasted Brussels sprouts, described as Brussels sprouts, garlic parmesan, balsamic reduction. Um, your dad gave me a bite and you a bite. What'd you think about them, honey?
Fantastic. I love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, the flavor I thought was outstanding, super bussin'. The only thing is, I wish it was crispy. Like when you do Brussels sprouts at home, you practically you torch them, you burn them to high hell, and because that's what I love. I love it when they're nice and crispy. Um, your dad's Brussels sprouts, yeah, the flavor was out of sight. Just wish they were fried or not fried, but just cooked,
They were a
well
good
done.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, where'd you get that from? You should put that on a t-shirt. Lennox and Luna, Len got a burger, Luna got grilled cheese. They both got tater tots. These tater tots were outstanding. Like, I feel like tater tots are kind of coming on.
Are they the
Uh,
next hot thing?
I'm not sure, but they're definitely having a moment for the past few years. But I feel like so many places don't do them well.
Mm.
They're like undercooked, they're
Yeah.
under seasoned, um, and they're just like they're more for the novelty. I would take a French fry any day over a tater tot, but the tater tots at Drake's were hecka good. Like they were crispy, they were fried, they weren't
Yes.
frozen, thrown in the oven, baked. They were fried, so super duper crunchy, and they were salted well. There was a ton of salt on them. I mean, not like overpowering, but a good amount of salt. Dude, tater tots there were excellent.
The whole meal was so good.
Yeah,
Everybody was very happy.
yeah. And they have a small menu, which I dig. As your mom said, big menu means you don't really specialize in anything. You don't do
Mm,
anything great. You
so
just
true.
yeah, you just do a bunch of things mediocre. Um, Small menu, and it wasn't a ton of food, but everything we got was fan flippin' tastic. Our total came to $99. I tipped 20, and I rarely do that, but I thought service was fine. I mean, like I said, it took a couple minutes, but whatever. Um, but the food was really really good, so I tipped 20%. Although I did make the faux pas, like I walked in because you could tip through. We all ordered through my phone, and I walked in there because I had cash, and I felt like such a noob. And I asked one of the workers, I said, "Do you want me to tip through uh, the 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 website through my phone, or because they had a tip jar right there?" And she said, "I don't care," but I feel like she does care.
And I
Uh,
worry that the tip went to the people working at the bar
yeah,
instead of the food
yeah,
people. It's
yeah.
very
I
confusing.
wanted to clarify that. I said,
Yeah.
excuse me, ma'am, do you work for the kitchen? Are you FOH? Are you BOH? Are you a bartender? Where is this $20 going to go? But I put it in God's hands. I tipped 20%. Excellent, excellent. And that location we love. We got to go back. We went there for breakfast for my birthday.
Yeah, and we've been there in the summertime. They have this weekly concert series, like
Yeah,
a cover band plays music, and you can order food and sit in their giant grassy area. We went to that last year.
yeah,
Definitely need to do that again. It's a fun place.
yeah.
And a oop,
Wait, I might burp.
and a oop.
You know, your parents were dancing, and I was like, oh, take note of what song they were dancing to. But I can't.
My dad was dancing like throughout.
Yeah.
He kept saying, I don't know how you can't dance to this or how you can sit still.
I love this WAP. This
Hey,
this WAP slaps.
cut that out.
WAP.
And a oop.
So parents was a great time, not just a good time, a great time. Celebrating everyone, and then Sunday today is technically Lennox's birthday. We got up in the morning early. Take us through our day, darling.
Lennox has been asking for donuts because donuts are his favorite.
Donuts, McDonald's, KFC, brownies, and on and on.
Oh, yeah. He wanted all his favorite foods today.
I said, Len, you get one savory and one sweet. Just let's rein it in. Let's bring it on home.
So you and I left early, like 8:30 a.m. We
Yeah.
went and got a bouquet of helium balloons from Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And we got a dozen donuts, plus some donut holes,
Yeah.
plus something else from our local City Donut.
Yeah. Yeah, you got so we walk into Dollar Tree. We're the first ones there. Well, you know what? Start with donuts. So we go get donuts. We got a dozen various things, and then we go to Dollar Tree. It was 8:53 on Sunday. Dollar Tree opens at 9, so we were like, what are we gonna do for 7 minutes? So we hopped in the back seat of your vehicle, because that way the box of donuts could be in between us.
Yeah. I said, let's go eat while we wait.
Yeah. And I said, let's hop in the back seat. And I felt like we were at a movie drive-through in the 60s or something. I felt like we were on a date.
I felt like a teenager.
I know. Let's make out and not pay attention to this movie. But the donuts were an excellent time. I had I got a bear claw. I had a couple. Okay, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm back on track. But I got a bear claw that had crumb on it, and it was good. And I didn't know this ahead of time, but it had apple pie filling in the middle.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It was it was those like cube square apple pieces
Yeah.
that are hard.
Yeah.
They're not cooked and soft.
yeah.
Not very good.
Yeah, and the donut by itself was so good because
Yes.
there's lots of it without apple pie filling. I was like, oh, this is really good. It's bear claw. It's got the crumb. It's super yummy. But then you get like applesauce or whatever. I was just like, why? Cream filled donuts, honey. Whipped cream, custard.
Mm.
Are you against all of it?
I love whipped cream filled. I
Yeah.
love jelly filled. I
Ah,
hate custard.
yeah, or Bavarian cream
Yeah.
or Boston cream.
No.
The yellow stuff, me no likey. But yeah, I can get behind some Cool Whip or some like thin whipped cream, but when it's like gooey and pouring everywhere and kind of thick, not a fan. So we made out in the back seat.
Made out with
Ooh,
our food.
ooh, while we were listening to WAP. Just kidding, Alan Fisher. Walking to DT when they first open. And so you go into DT and they usually have a plethora of balloons already inflated. And like 100% of DTs recently are, we don't have helium, we're out of helium, helium shortage, blame Joe Biden. Like you can't get any helium. But today, I think it was because we were the only ones, and the lady helping you was super nice. So you had him, and you had her inflate a few balloons, and I also
Yeah.
think it's a time. It takes time. Like you'll get someone. Oh, I want balloon number 853 and balloon number 318, and they're already short staffed, and they have people in the queue. So I honestly just believe like they're just like we don't have helium because we don't want to deal with it.
You know,
It's too time intensive.
a Dollar Tree, first thing in the morning when they open,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful experience. It's like being in church. It's very peaceful.
Yeah.
It's just you and the employee.
Yeah.
It's a nice experience.
Yeah. They're chilling because there isn't. It's not a madhouse yet, and we're relaxed. Yeah. It was. You know what? It was better than Asha Urban Baths. Well, at least it was much cheaper. But you got a couple birthday balloons. You actually got Lennox also because they had Valentine stuff.
Oh
You got
yeah.
Lennox a Valentine balloon
Yeah.
in his birthday balloons, and so brought those home. Woke Len up. Here's some donuts. Here's some balloons. Although he kind of stirred on his own.
Yeah.
We were just hanging out downstairs, and then sometime this afternoon. Listen, don't take parenting tips from us, but we took those helium balloons and we inhaled them. Me, you, Lennox, and Luna, and we talked. Well, we just said silly things.
Yeah.
You guys are really interested in me because I have a very deep, manly voice. I lift. I'm really strong. I'm a bass. And so you guys were like looking forward to me
Yeah, because
talking like this.
it's the most drastic change.
So, so I said, I might have said a curse word or two, but I said, I'm a real man. I'm a real man, which is one of my signature go-tos. And then the other thing I said was, get your ass down here, woman, which is what I say to you in love and affection when when I want to be taken seriously, honey. Overall, honey, you're 40, you're here,
I'm 40.
you're
It's
here.
so strange.
Any advice for if you could talk to yourself at
Mm,
29 or gals entering their 30s? Do you have any advice
you
you
know
can
what?
impart to the people?
Cherish it.
Hmm.
Cherish every year of your 30s.
Hmm.
Also, wear sunscreen.
Yeah. Yes.
And,
Find you a man. Find you a man who would treat you right and inhale helium. The second, first of all, like I started sucking it in, and you guys were like, "Wow," because
yeah,
I have big lungs or whatever.
you kept on sucking that thing.
And then, so the first one, I said whatever I said, and then the second one, I took in even more, and I went off the handle. I flew, but I was like, I don't feel good. It took.
Yeah.
It, I don't suggest this. Do not try this at
N-
home, kids.
No. It's obviously a terrible thing for your body and your
Yeah,
brain.
yeah,
I mean, I've done that before when I was young, and I don't remember feeling bad, but I
yeah,
guess because I'm 40 now,
yeah.
the noxious gases hit different.
It's terrible for your body and brain, but it's funny AF. And yeah, it took me back to college doing whippets. Am I
Oh.
right? Okay. Well, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're done.
And oop.
Alrighty, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Dollar Tree Helium. We don't have our promo code for Dollar Tree Helium. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you, my wife, and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, we may have sucked down some helium with our teenagers. Don't call CPS on us. But we're still good people. You know what? These kids are going to do some stuff. We're there. We're adult supervision. I we're it's a positive environment.
Sucking down helium, it's an age-old
Yeah,
passage of time.
yeah, yeah. It's like putting your tongue on a 9-volt battery. Okay, So don't come for us in the comment section. But we're still a good people, and she's still a good person. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Bye.